Okay, quick video about the light. So the problem was this. You see, this is not American. This is not American. This is not Canadian. And so I couldn't use it. And unfortunately, you know, I wish they would make this kind of like a dual purpose, maybe separate this, and so that basically all our plugs are like this, right? And so but no big deal. I went online on Amazon, ordered this Wednesday, and I got it Thursday. So $6 for two, and this goes like this, and then you can plug it in. And then the cable is, I made a mistake in the first video. I said USB-C. No, it's not USB-C. It is kind of like old style connector. Hooks up in here. But what's cool was, as it was charging, there was lights in here that were kind of like flashing, you know, first three, let's say, you see these over here? Lines. So first like 3 lines were flashing, then 4, then 5, and then it stopped. And so I'm guessing, so this is how we start this, and I'm not sure how to so this is on. Where's that? Okay, that's off. One more thing, there's no manual. I don't know if it was just because this is see, like I push this, like this is supposed to be brightness, but why is it not? Maybe I should hold this somehow. And this is a bit flimsy, but I like this because this creates you know, a soft light, but it's now fully charged. But I don't know, like there's no more buttons, and this is called a retro light. Well, retro would be great if it worked, you know. Okay, hold on one second. Let me look at the light here. What does it say? Oh, hold on. You know, this, it's not just dial, but part of it you can. So let's see what happens. Nothing. But it would be a cool light, so I hope I'm gonna send an email to since there's no manual. I have no idea how to operate this. Like, you would think that normally when you push this, which is on off, right, the light should be on, and then you just adjust the brightness, because they were saying that, oh yeah, they were saying that you can adjust brightness from 0 to 100%, and also what's really cool for photography, you can adjust color temperature, you know, like in Kelvin. And this one is just the charger port, and so the actual light looks like this, you know. See, it's, even though it's fully charged, I don't know what's going on. And as you start turning, those things actually disappear. I guess, yeah, that should be brightness, because it's it shows, yeah, it shows brightness, like on the left. Yeah, it says, yeah, over here I just noticed like there's a super small number, but they say 100, 80, 60, 40, so that should be. See, that's how you should be able to adjust it. And probably somewhere here there's a, oh yeah, and this actually is, hold on. I cannot see anything. Everything is so small. Let's see. What actually does it say in there? Dual color temperature. Dual color temperature. Okay. So yeah, this dial that I was rotating, that's your color temperature. And I'm guessing it's like normal, but what is this thing over here? Model Retro 40H. Here it's indicator 100%, 80%, 20. Dual color temperature 2700 to 7000 K. So okay, so yeah, so this dial is just changing the color temperature. So there's normal somewhere there, but basically it should work when you push the on-off button. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm gonna find out, send an email to the lady, but the idea was cool, except see, like, what I don't like is that you cannot change the angle. Like on most flashes, so just to give you an example, this is my flash, Godox, super nice flash. Like, check this out. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, you know. And normally you when you let's say this is attached like this to the camera, and well, I'm not sure why, but the video stopped when I was fooling around with the flash. Maybe I hit my mouse or something. But basically, as I was playing with the controls on the flash, I figured out how to use it. So basically, when you click this, and then you have to hold it until that thing illuminates, and then yeah, see, then basically this gives you, the dial gives you brightness. Okay, so it works. And then if you hit the power button one more time, it changes to color temperature mode. And I'm amazed how smart I am to figure all this out without knowing any Chinese and without a manual. But basically, yeah, each time you press this button, it chooses one of the modes, either the brightness or the color temperature. And I think this is great because, you know, you can watch the what you see on the screen of your phone or your camera, you know, and adjust the color temperature, you know, whatever you want. Make it warmer, cooler. And you see, I press one more time, and now it becomes brightness. See? And in order to, and that thing is on. And in order to turn it off, I just hold it. And that's the trick. And so I really think that, you know, they should have included a small manual in English and a couple of these, which probably cost like $1 wholesale. But I think it's a great idea to give people an alternative to flashes, because this is, I'm thinking this is, I'm not quite sure how much it costs, but I can guarantee that it's way cheaper than this. And also one more thing, so I think, yeah, it's very important that, sorry, you can adjust not just the brightness but the color temperature to you know, to choose the proper kind of like atmosphere for your shoot. But also you get a great grip, you know, because look how thick it is, you know. So you can attach your phone with except that, of course, you know, this is not good for modern phones. Modern phones are like, this is iPhone 16, so I need this, right? But I can easily detach this part and attach it here, because they give you this thing, and then the phone will sit like this, you know, And so it's great for YouTubing, you know, when you're doing some videos in some, you know, dark environment, and you get a grip, you know, so it's much easier to hold. So this will be sitting like this, you know, or with the camera, right? The camera will be sitting like this. So I just like the idea because see, this is much bigger than this grip over here, right? It's just tiny compared to this. And so you get a nice light, you get the ability to change brightness and temperature, and you get a nice kind of like a video rig, especially for video, when you have to hold it for like, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds. This can make it much steadier, you know. So I like it. I'm gonna try it next time I do a, now that I know how to use it, I'm gonna try to use it. I'm gonna test it out next time I have some kind of a event planned. For now, I had one lady who was interested in hiring me to do like a sports event. Her daughter was competing. It's like some kind of a horse riding event, and she said it lasted 2 minutes. How much do you charge? And quite often when I tell people my price, you know, like nowadays I try to charge like $100 an hour. And this place is in the very south of Calgary, quite far from me. You know, it's like at least 30-minute drive. So it's 1 hour I have to spend in the car driving back and forth, and then 2 minutes shooting, right? She wants video or photo. And she says, how much would you charge? And I said, whatever you can afford, whatever's fair. And that's it. And the lady disappeared. So she figured out I was some kind of a crazy person. So you always lose customers with photography, you know, when you talk about the rates. So I remember, yeah, another guy approached me a week ago, wanted me to photograph a baptism. You know, baptism when they go in the water. And he says, it's just a family thing? I said, how many people? And he said, oh, it's just a family. But my wife wants to document this. And I said, $100? The guy, no, I asked the guy, I said, do you have a budget? Oh, no, I don't actually have a budget. I said, okay, how about $100? $100? I said, what did you figure? I don't know, maybe $80. I know, people are so cheap. So basically, whenever you have an ad online offering your photography services, people that contact you are super cheap. Super cheap. But so yeah, but again, I don't know. I think this is a good idea, honestly. As long as it works, and now I figured out how to use it. I love this you know, grip. So it's even with a camera, like, man, it's gonna be nice. You know, let's say I'm at event and I wanna do, let's say, I don't know, birthday party. So just start this and I choose like a low setting, just enough, because you know, modern cameras, they're pretty good at high ISO. Just nice light in the face and just take a picture, you know. Or do a video, hook up the cell phone and do a video with the light. So there you go. So I'll put the link to their website at the end again, so you can buy it direct. Again, you'll have to check their website to see how much it costs. So yeah, the only drawback again is that this adapter is not included. And drawback number 2 is that there's no manual. And drawback number 3 is that the holder for the phone, it will only work with very small phones. Okay, it does not go far enough. Like, whereas you see mine, the one I bought off Amazon, like this one can go, it's like a screw over here. No, so I can go really wide, and my iPhone 16 goes in here. So basically, if you get this light and you want to use your cell phone for video, you will need to buy this thing from what? Everything is falling apart. But you will have to buy this piece from Amazon. But I think this is good. You know, this is a good idea. So thank you, Lensgo, for an opportunity to review this and pretty much test it, right? But if I have a shoot, you know, soon, I will definitely bring this along, because most places they are like, you know, semi-dark, especially when you do. I did quite a few events like birthday parties, stuff like that. It's always dark, so you can always use more light. So next event, if somebody books me, when somebody books me, I will definitely bring the flash, and I'll bring this just to compare which one is you know, easier to use. But again, I just love the grip. I love this, that you can hold the camera like this, you know, especially when doing video. So as long as it works, I think it's a great product. Okay.